This past academic year at CAU-TV has been nothing short of transformational. For many of our student volunteers, being part of the team wasn't just about learning camera angles or editing timelines. It was about finding their voice, sharpening their vision, and stepping confidently into their craft. Whether covering events across campus or producing their own work in our studios, each opportunity brought new challenges and even bigger breakthroughs. Many also pushed themselves with independent projects, applying what they learned with us to their own ideas and stories.
Last year, I was a freshman, so it was my first time on Clark Atlanta's campus, and it was my first year joining CAU-TV. So when I got to campus, I didn't know anything about cameras or production or anything like that.
I have been with CAU-TV since spring 24, and from there on, it's been an amazing journey. I have met so many new people and learned so many new things. During my first year, I was very shy and sheltered. I did not know what I was going to do with myself, and I had discovered CAU-TV, and from there on, it was just raps, you know?
My sophomore year was a very busy year at CAU-TV. I did a lot that year. I feel like it was really the time of knowing what I was doing a little bit, because I had had a whole year prior to learn and get the gist of everything, but it was fully putting my skills to the test that sophomore year. And then having the little knowledge I did and having to teach that to other people that knew even less than me. So
my first year with joining CAU-TV I was very shy and sheltered, but I got, more outside my box a little bit, and it was amazing first step for me. And I feel like anyone else is either struggling to find their footing in the media space at Clark, please join CAU-TV. You will not regret it. It is a great first step for you, just like it was for me.
CAU-TV has provided me with so much information, so much leadership and guidance throughout this process. Coming in as a freshman, I didn't know much about camera operations, didn't know much about on-air talent, but I wanted to work in the sports industry and I wanted to work in sports production.
So for fall semester 2024, I was not really putting in as much work as I could have been. I wasn't asking as many questions as I could have been. I just wasn't doing as much, I'm not gonna lie. I worked minimal events, or not minimal, I just didn't work as many events as I could have been working. But when it comes to spring 2025, that's when I really stepped up and took on a leadership position.
It is a big family of people who are creative, outgoing, and mindset driven. We are a family of creators, innovators, and we work to get the job done. That's what we do.
It was a very fast-paced environment, which I liked, and I got to learn the different positions and the different camera functions. I didn't know the different cables. I learned how to wrap cable. I learned the different camera functions. I learned in-studio cameras, out-of-studio cameras and things of that nature. Also got to be a student volunteer for an ESPN show called First Take. That was pretty cool. And like I said, I was just a freshman, so that was a really cool experience for that.
This last year working with CAU-TV was my best year working with them. I learned how to direct for the first time. I became the producer and director of my own show, AUC Sessions, and I networked with a bunch of people and gained a lot of connections.
I had one show that I was initially only a writer for that was started by, at this point, an alum of CAU, which is crazy, Ellie Gay. But her transitioning out was me transitioning in along with other student Jackie.
I am one of the producers, I am the writer of the show, and I am one of the editors of the show.
I was only the writer for that show. And then that transitioned into me being one of the producers. I was now on-camera talent, which I was never on my bingo board of things that I was going to do. Along with, I ended up taking over some of the editing. I did a lot of the graphics for the show. We ended up changing the format of the show. We did a lot of rebranding we started social media.
Working in TV production has been so great. Working with CAU-TV, I've learned so much this past year. We've worked on so many things together. Commencement, we worked on Jazz Under the Stars. We worked on Royal Court, the Christmas lighting. So many things that CAU-TV has worked on this past year, and so many things I've learned working with the CAU-TV, learning how to negotiate, learning how to be a businessman as well as working in TV production as well. Learning how to, edit, learning to be a camera operator, learning how to do teleprompter, audio. So many things that I've learned working with CAU-TV this past year that helped me enhance my skills.
I have so much production experience now under my belt. I have learned so much about editing and camera work and teamwork and team building.
Coming into Morehouse, I was a transfer student. You know, I was thinking I was gonna do my 2 and then graduate. I came in 2022. And, you know, with my peers at Clark Atlanta, you know, even though I was at Morehouse, you know, I wanted to graduate at the same time amongst them. And knowing that I wasn't graduating this year was really difficult for me. On top of that, like just sitting at home watching everybody go to school and produce these projects, like to be on set and just not being there with my peers and out there creating and not being on campus was really tough. So when I got the opportunity to go out there and work the graduation, it was like relief. I had enjoyment because I get to see them, especially those who's about to leave and probably not see for a while. So, you know, I get to work that and watch some of my peers cross that stage. It was enjoyment for sure.
And when it comes to our live shows, that's where I really just took it upon myself to ask more questions and make sure I learn literally everything that I can learn. Like setting up a control room by myself, setting up cameras all by myself, hooking up audio all by myself, so I can pretty much set up any live show in any location on campus by myself, which I'm really proud of.
It is an amazing program, and I'm so thankful that I've got introduced to it because I would not have the friends I have now. We are a big family, and I believe that anyone who wants to join CAU-TV or is thinking about, you know, becoming more versed into media, please do it. It is a great decision you will make, and I promise you won't regret it because you will learn so much and have so many opportunities coming your way.
Just lots of skills that I have this year that I didn't last year. And I would like to say that'll happen again this year. I know I'm gonna learn and get better at things this year. I feel like I'm already 10 times better than I was last August. And it's not even fully August again, you know.
My 2 favorite experiences working with CAU-TV this last year was working in the rain during Jazz Under the Stars. Everybody remained professional and it was just a fun time laughing and getting along with everybody. My other favorite experience was working with a UC Comedy Sketch Show, which I was an actor in, and doing the skit, The End of the World. It was funny and it allowed me to show my personality on screen.
At the beginning of the semester, even at the beginning of the spring semester, I couldn't do that at all. But because I took the initiative to ask questions and watch what my peers and what BJ and JP and Gerald were doing, I was able to learn from them. And now I can teach others next semester, which I'm really excited for.
I've worked on a new Air Creator Summit as the director of the entire event. Creating the live stream. I couldn't create that live stream with the help of my the big 3 that I like to call them. Brian Jenkins, James Parkman, and Gerald Daniels, man, like those people has helped me so much tremendously in the past, and I thank them so much for everything they have done, working with me, providing for me, giving me guidance, and allowing me to, you know, be creative in my own sense, and also work with them on a professional level and teaching me how to be professional. So I appreciate them so much.
So I'm really excited to put my skills back to the test. You know, like, this is it for me. Like, this is my place. I know we're also gonna do a lot of, the plan is to do some short films this semester too. We got at least 3 more shows. I know there's other shows that are supposed to be in production. Like, it's going to be a busy semester immediately, and I'm super excited to get back into it.
I think last semester was really just about challenging the status quo, I guess you could say, or challenging what CAU-TV was when me and a few of my peers joined, and like really seeing like what we could do with it and seeing like what was possible, or seeing what we thought wasn't possible and making it possible.
So, you know, even though I couldn't come back for the spring semester and, you know, being at home, I still adjusted myself. I still pivot to continue, you know, being creative as much as possible and support my friends who did graduate this year. And I'm really proud of them. And I still got some friends who I may cross the stage with in the next coming year or so. So right now we'll see what happens.
I'm really excited to get back to campus next semester and put all of these new skills that I'm going to learn to use, and also teach new students how to use.
At CAU-TV, the support doesn't stop when the camera does. We're a community that believes in giving students room to grow, create, and lead. CAU-TV is more than Clark Atlanta University's television station. We're a training ground for the next generation of broadcast and production professionals. We are a creative hub, a home base for those ready to build their skills, tell meaningful stories, and shape the future of media. If you're ready to take your passion to the next level, come join us. CAU-TV is where learning becomes legacy.